So in this one we want to continue again with where we had left, and my plan is to draw some decoration on this wall, and again I think the TV unit here, but it will depend with the time. If the time, let me draw this one first. Also, I was also thinking that I can just draw the TV unit in its own video, so that I don't have a lot of concepts in one video. Yeah, let me create a texture for wood or mahogany. We can call this one 04 D04, and can we create another text? Yeah, let's just create another text again. So many textures. We want to create a glossy white texture. Like you go to, if you have the line tool, then you come here, so you point on this direction and you type 450. You type 450. What am I doing? To this point, then you point on this direction and you type 450, and you draw a very short line there, like that. Then as well, I could have come and repeated the same thing on this end, 450, and a short line there like that. So if I come to draw the wall, so my wall thickness at this point is 15 mm. Yeah, let me use 15 mm for this first thing, and you can see how I'm drawing it, like that. Then I'm gonna draw another wall on top of it, and let me change it to 25 mm. To this point again. Then you can go to 3D and see what we have. So the first wall, you can click it on 3D, or you can go to the floor plan. The first wall, I want the texture to be the wooden texture. D04 mahogany. Then for this one, I'm going to use the black, not black but the white texture, which is 26 glossy white. So in 3D, or should I go to elevation? I can use my elevation as well. The elevation is here, so I can click on the elevation. Let's drag it a little bit closer, and I can open it. If you want, you can just draw. If you want, you can just draw another elevation. So this is what I want, and I want to draw a window. So we go double click on the window tool, and you type here empty, and you choose the round window opening. So let me click here. You can't do it from that point, so I'm going to click here at any point. So the window, click on the window, then you click on this wall at any point. This is the wall that we've just drawn a few seconds ago or minutes ago. So I can click it there. I can click there, then I'll show the direction that I want. Now I can come to the elevation, click on the wall, Ctrl T, and I want to change the dimensions of this wall, of this window. So say we use the first one, we use 300 or 400. Let's use 350 by 350. So you can try to see in 3D if maybe it's something that you want or not. I think I could make it a little bigger. I could make it to be 400. 400, okay. Then I can make a copy of it, Ctrl Shift plus D. You can pick from any point. Let me pick from here, and I could take it here. I think you've seen something like this before somewhere, so yeah, you can take it at any point. I've just dragged it at any point, not somewhere specifically if you want, but let me drag this one a little bit at the bottom, like there. Then this one I could drag it somewhere like there, then Ctrl T, and again I just want to change the dimensions a little, and I can drag a copy of it, say there, then Ctrl T, and we could change this one to 200, then okay. So this is something that you've done before. I think you've seen it somewhere before. So this is what you have, but so far this one looks bigger. So if it is more like the distance from here to here is too big, if it was a little bit shorter, I mean in length, I think it could look more nicer than it is, than the way it is looking now. So I'm going to add this one. So for now I'm going to shorten it a little. Say you want to shorten it, so I can just come and draw a new wall here, then I can drag this wall by Ctrl D, then I'll drag it. Say we want to reduce it to something like, can you go with 1400? Initially it was, or let me just say that I want to reduce by the same distance on this side as well as the other side. So I can decide to reduce by something like 100 on this side. So I can type 100. Then I can cut this and this. Then I could mirror, control no, before I do the mirror, me press Ctrl Z. So I have this one, then I mirror, Ctrl M, using the center line of this wall. Then now I can cut. So you hold Ctrl and you cut this extra part. You click this and hold Ctrl, then you cut. So yeah, so far it is like that. And of course this one will be, you can change, you can set it to any texture you want. Let's say you want to use let's create just a new texture like countryside. We call it 10. So I could press Ctrl T and we have and so we have the new texture that looks this way. So it is darker or blacker. Then to make this one also look more interesting, I think I could come to sections, then I can try to use the line tool. so that I try to align these guys a little. I don't know if I can find the center, but we can find let's click this one to see. No, it doesn't have the radius, but we can use this point. There is a point somewhere here, this point. Then let's say we draw it to let's say we bring it like that. So if I click this, I just want to make sure that this node Ctrl D is on this line. So again, with this I can click on it and make sure that this node is on this line. So that way, if you have a look at it, they look as if they are more like symmetrical. It looks a little bit way better. And now if I want, I can maybe make a mirror copy of this wall, like there, or I could lower it a little, let's say there, and then I can just repeat the same. I can drag this one, so this way, maybe if you want to make it to look a little bit more symmetrical, but if you don't want to have it to look symmetrical, you could just click on this and you drag it anywhere, a copy of it, and you drag the copy anywhere. It will depend with actually what you want. I can drag this one to any other point. This way, maybe I don't want it to look like symmetrical or something. Then maybe I could take the baby and put her somewhere here, and yeah, and maybe create a few Lego babies, very small ones, like smaller than this. So I could have one here, then Ctrl T, and we can reduce it to 150. If you want, you can even reduce it to 75, whatever values it that you want, and you can create some little Lego babies. Yeah. So when we take it to InMotion, what you're going to do is going to make this one to be more glossy. This one as well. And you can make as many as you want. You can try rectangles. Even if you want like different shapes, maybe you don't want this, you can do ellipse. You can click on this and you can let me show you the many tricks that you can be able to do this by the so many. It just depends what you want. If you want another shape, in this case I could, for instance, reduce this one to be 75. Then it can look like that. I think it's called ellipse or something. So you can just play around with what you want or what you feel that will look nicer. Then of course you can also try to I think this one is too thick. It was 25. So the problem is when it's too thick, you might have a lot of dust settling here sometimes, but of course the cleanliness will be good. And also the board that you're going to use, I think the board is usually around 18 mm. I think 18, we have 20. The thickness of the block board, because in this one I think you're going to use the block board to do it. So yeah, but you can also use the normal, you can play around with anything and come up with it. During when you're trying to implement it. But for now I think I'm gonna end it there, just a simple thing. Then when we come to the other one, you can just do it on its own again video, so that we don't bring different ideas into the same thing. And the essence of this is like not for you to draw the same thing that I'm drawing. I mean, for now, of course you will have to do the same thing that I'm doing, but is for you to learn how you can be able to use different tools within ArchiCAD to be able to communicate your ideas, because at the end of the day, it is all about you trying to communicate your ideas to the client. So like, how best can you be able to communicate them? So you need to know how to use different tools to say something that like to communicate a certain idea. So like for this idea, we can even use the shell tool, I think, as well, even the morph. Yeah, so there are many ways. And if you want, you can also have such a design on the ceiling. It is pretty simple. You just draw a line. Then once you've drawn the line, you can draw these small circles, and you just use the magic wand tool to place the slab, and you have a ceiling that has this type of rings. I think we can do such type of ceiling when we come to this area. We will try to do such type of ceiling. Like, it's just a way of trying to communicate different ideas and using different tools. And you can be good to communicate something if you know the best tools to use, how it works, which tools works in maybe elevation, sections, and all that. So for now, let me end it here and see you in the next one.